Welcome to Clement's Family Farm. I am so excited right now. I can't believe how well this is working. I was encouraged to do somewhat on a commercial scale level of constant agitation and sealed unit. I don't know what commercial guys are doing. They keep that all secret, but I'm unlocking it slowly. But with the encouragement of some others, I looked into a prototype of trying to do this as a homemaker on a budget. For under $100, you can have something like this, and this thing is working great. I can't believe how stupidly well this is working right here with just a aquarium pump, a plastic 6-gallon jug, and some vanilla beans and alcohol, and a little plastic tube. Anyway, most of us shake our jars, and I've been looking for a way to kind of eliminate the shaking because it does get tiring, and sometimes I forget. Most of these commercial guys are getting finished extract within 3 to 5 weeks. If that's the case, why not do this? If we're on a level as a homemaker of making anywhere between 2 to 3 gallons, or I'm just going to say probably 2 gallons on up, this might be your way or your ticket to getting a little bit better extract, a little bit faster extract, finished extract, with something like this without all the labor. I love doing vanilla. The labor doesn't really bother me, but if I can save that a little bit by using something like this, getting something a little bit faster, because we all know constant agitation works. I'm going to tell you right now, this has only been running for less than 10 minutes, and the color has changed dramatically in that 10 minutes. I did some extra steps to get to this point, so stay tuned. I'm going to give you a complete parts list and exactly what I did to get to this point. So if you're interested in getting to this point and seeing what I did, stay tuned and watch the rest of the video. I'm excited. This is working so good right now. I can't believe it. I can't wait for the future. I'm going to be taking readings on this daily to see how this is progressing. Yeah, I'm excited. All right. Let's roll into the video. Alright, I lost some of my audio, so I'm just going to narrate here. So let's just start off with the Big Mouth Bubbler by Northern Brewer. I hope to work with this company in the future because in the brewing industry, they have some equipment I believe can be adapted to our needs in the extract world. So anyway, this is a 6-gallon plastic Big Mouth Bubbler. I like them because they have a large opening on the top and their lids are very adaptable to our needs. There are 2 versions of the Big Mouth Bubbler. They have it in plastic and glass. You can only get the plastic one on their website at northernbrewer.com. The other one you can get on Amazon. I bought my plastic one on Amazon. I don't know why it's not there now, but I did check the website and it's still there for the plastic ones. They run right around $45. The glass ones I really didn't check. I think they're a little bit more expensive. I like the plastic ones because they are much lighter than the glass ones, but the glass ones will last longer as plastic does have its flaws. Anyway, Big Mouth Bubbler, 6 gallons there, and I really do like the wide mouth on the top. Easy to clean. You can reach in there and then get stuff out and clean the sides with your hand and a cloth. So anyway, that's it. That's pretty much it. Big Mouth Bubbler container, 6 gallons. Okay, I want to talk about the lid a little bit because that's the beauty about these brewing equipment is everything is sealed. Everything needs to be sealed tight. So these lids have a ring around them with 4 ribs for sealing. So if there is any pressure that builds up, they can pop off. They also have a screw-on lid also, but for this one I have the one with the rubber sealant around it, and there's 4 ribs on this one that go against the inside of the lid. or the jar there, and seals it really nice. And then on top of that, there's the rubber bung, and those could be adapted to a fermenter. That's why I had it, was for fermenting. But for this application, I only needed to run electrical cord through it. So what I did was I just used my X-Acto knife. I cut a little slot on the side of it. I'm going to show you here. Cut a slot, opened it up, and then I put the cable right through it. The cable was a little smaller than the hole in the center, so all I did was a little electrical tape around the cable and put it in there, and it was a nice tight seal. And then once I got it in the lid, everything sealed up really nice, and that was pretty much it. So that's the beauty about the brewing world, is they have all this stuff that is adaptable. They also have lids, I believe, that have 2 holes in them, so you can use 2 different types of bungs. But if not, you can always drill it. It's plastic, and make a second hole if you need to. Okay, let's talk about the pump for a minute. It is a 550 gallon per hour aquarium pump. Yep, I said it, aquarium pump. They are adjustable. You can see in the front, that's how you adjust them. I have this one fully open, and then the tube on top is an aquarium filtration tube. The underground filters on aquariums, they have these little tubes in the back. That's exactly what it is. These are safe for fluid and don't give off any off gases or anything like that. The pump is a magnetic drive, so there are no seals, there are no rubber gaskets, anything to worry about. So that's what I'm using. This is just a prototype for me right now, and we're just seeing if this is going to work and how well it's going to work. The other thing I did was made a diversion plate, which is just out of a plastic ice cream tub. I took the lid off of it, made a diverter plate to put on top. It was kind of cumbersome, but in the end, I didn't need it. So I just discarded that. You can see that in the beginning of the video. But anyway, that was just what I was doing here, was putting on a diverter plate. All right, last thing I want to talk about real quick is a screen or filter, just to kind of keep the big particles away from the pump. The seeds and small particles will go through the pump, no problem. But this is a pump bag, is what they call them. Available again on Amazon. And I just put the pump inside the bag and put it in the jar, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and prep some vanilla beans and get them ready for the next step. Okay, I processed 72 ounces of vanilla beans here. While I was processing them, I really wanted to put them on a vacuum seal, because we all know, well, I know from all the testing I've done, that within the first 24 hours of vacuum sealing is huge for vanilla beans and the extraction process, because that vacuum seal helps open up those fibers and those pores and pulls out all those micro air pockets that are inside, which allowing the air or the fluid to reach the center of these fibers. So it does aid in the extraction process. So instead of putting the vanilla beans directly into the big mouth bubbler here, I went ahead and put them in half-gallon jars for 12 hours. And I'll come back to after 12 hours, which is the next morning, and I'll show you what I did from there. 12 hours later, I'm back here. These were on a vacuum seal for 12 hours. I was going to let it go 24 hours, but decided not to. After I put these on the vacuum last night, I'm always impressed on how much air comes out of all these vanilla beans. And it opens up those fibers and gets these vanilla beans soaked with the alcohol. Now that I had them on a 20 or 12 hour shift of vacuum sealing, I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to get them into this jar here and turn it on and start extracting. One of the things I did prior is I took a lid off of one of the bottles and put it on top of the tube inside, just so I don't get nothing down inside. And I'm going to try to figure out how to get these in here without making a mess. So I think what I'm going to do is just pour the liquid in here first. Just gonna go for it. Yeah, just gonna dump it in. At this point, I don't want to lift that pump up. I want that pump to be on the very bottom. Oop. And I just dropped the lid. This is real time. So I just dropped the lid, got it back on there. Alright, I'm happy with that. Jar number 3. Last jar. Alright, so all I did was, I'm just kind of centering that pump in there. So it is in the middle. And it's stable. I know it's going to move around just a little bit. That's pretty much it. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Man, I can't wait to get this going. So I'm going to go ahead and put this lid back on. Alright, so it took me 7 bottles of alcohol to fill these jars last night. So I need a total of 20 bottles to make up my 4 gallons. These are 750 milliliter bottles, and I need a total of 20. So I have the rest of them sitting here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse out these jars and put them in there. That's the good thing about doing this. You can just rinse that out because there are a little bit of seeds and debris in there. It's not that big of a deal, but I want to capture it. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get this filled. So I am using the Captain Morgan coconut rum in 70 proof. I prefer the 70 proof out of all of them, and with all the testing that I've done, it seems to get the most amount of flavors out of the beans. It smells so good in here right now. Alright, now that I'm back, so the displacement in this, people talk about displacement. I'm using the exact amount of vanilla beans, which is 72 ounces, to 4 gallons of alcohol. That's my recipe, which it relates to about 9 ounces per half gallon. So it's a little bit better than a single fold. It's kind of my recipe I've always used. I don't like deviating from that too much, but we're talking about displacement here. So with the pump and the vanilla beans in here, it displaced the fluid about a half a gallon. So there's about a half a gallon worth of displacement. I was surprised last night I had enough vanilla beans, and we have a total of 4.5 gallons inside this jug. So the 6-gallon jug was perfect size for this amount. I don't recommend anything more than what I just did. So 4 gallons of fluid, half a gallon of displacement from the vanilla beans, and we're going to get a good circulation. It's got some headroom in here for everything to flow. So yeah, it looks fantastic. I can't wait to turn this on for the first time. So let's go ahead and do that. Try to get this centered a little bit. I know it's not going to be perfect, but it really doesn't matter too much because there's no beans up here, and I don't really need to get the fluid on top of the beans because the beans are all down here. So that's a good thing. I don't need the disbursement on top of the beans. So if it goes off to one side or the other, not that big of a deal. All right, let's try it out. Oh, look at that color already. I'm excited. This is going to be great. I did turn the pump all the way up on high so it gets the full circulation. I think that was a good idea. Wow, that's really changing the color. Oh, that's incredible. I'm actually kind of shocked right now because I wasn't expecting that much color to come out of there. I know I did a 12-hour vacuum seal. There was going to be some color in there, but we're less than 12 hours in total, and I've already got this great color coming out. This circulation right here, because the pump is at the bottom, is going to be drawing in that fluid, bringing it up to the surface and bringing it back down. I think we're pretty close to what the commercial guys are doing, just on a smaller scale. Yeah, I'm going to take a reading on this with the TDS meter this afternoon to get a baseline. I already know what the alcohol is, plain. So this will give me an idea how much total dissolved solids are in the fluid with a 12-hour soak on a vacuum seal, and then probably another 12 hours. Probably won't wait that long. Probably another 10 hours of continuous circulation. Now I'm debating on whether putting this on a timer and letting it rest overnight and then only pump in the morning. But I think right now I'm just going to let it continuously flow. I am going to move that diverter plate a little bit. Well, the cable's kind of messing it up. Maybe I take the diverter plate out. It really doesn't need... I'm going to try it. Remember, this is just a prototype. I'm just testing this all out for the first time. Maybe you don't need that $3 ice cream lid. $6 ice cream. Yeah, don't need it. That's perfect. Of course, we're starting to get a little foaming, just air bubbles. So is that going to be an issue? I don't know. We have no outside air other than what's in there, so evaporation It's not going to happen. Yeah, we're good. We're going to test this out and see how it goes. I can't wait. Yeah, I just can't wait. This is fun and exciting. Under $100, and we have something like this. Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave the video there. You've got the parts list for doing this. If you want to do something like this, stay tuned because I will be doing some updates on this in the future. And hopefully I'll be doing some updates maybe on some higher end equipment, higher end tanks to where it's more commercial, food grade, and maybe up to 8 gallons. So for those of you who have started in this hobby and your clientele has grown, or you're hitting these farmers markets and you're selling, 30 bottles at a time and you need more vanilla, this might be the ticket for you to make a little bit better, a little faster extract. Other than waiting a year, I do all my extracts within 4 months. But I do shake mine twice a day. I'm in here shaking my jars. If I can eliminate that process, that's better for me. I think this will do that. I can't believe the color on this right now. I wish I had a color spectrometer to test it, because that'll also tell you the opacity of this. Yeah, maybe I get one of those. That's not that big of a deal, but I'm happy. That's all I can say. All right, from Clement's Family Farm, we'll see you on the next video. I just want to lick this. Oh. Okay, I got it everywhere. Now I'm really shocked. So this is just from last night and just what I did right here. And there is a lot of vanilla flavor. I don't get... I mean, I am tasting the coconut. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm shocked on just that little bit on how much vanilla flavor I already got. This is going to be a good batch. All right, peace.